nonstop picks, guys. We're going to move it here. It's a gear 4 going full throttle. We heard your voices out there, your input. We're going to give you a lot more picks, a lot less chatter in between the plays. We're just going to be pick after pick after pick, so we'll keep this thing rolling. All right, like to show you our guests for today. We've got Joe D'Amico will co-host as Rod Zawacki will be aboard. Jeff Jeter with some college football, and Chris Ruffalo joins us just in the nick of time, going with some soccer, and Brian Bittler will join us here for some picks, college football action. Let's go ahead and bring in my three amigos, our three amigos for the show today. It's Chris Ruffalo, Joe D'Amico, and myself, Tony T. Guys, how you doing? Hey, let's talk. Let's get the picks in. Let's get going with the show. Joe D'Amico, you're up in center. You're going to be looking at a rivalry game here from college football.
Very excited, guys. As you know, my free game run here on the drive-through show 30 and 11. I've got another winner for you today. Going off tomorrow, college football, one of the biggest rivalries in college sports, and two of the most popular teams in the nation square off here, guys. This is a game that sports fans and sports bettors alike usually circle on their schedule the minute the schedule comes out. It's true, this matchup doesn't have the same luster it normally has, but Oklahoma State, Oklahoma, doesn't mean there isn't an edge for us better sports fans. Lincoln Riley currently has the Oklahoma offense looking like the unit that many thought it would be at the start of the 2020 campaign. During their current 4-game winning cover streak, the Sooners are averaging over 52.5 points per game. And whether it's Spencer Rattler or Tanner Mordecai at the helm, it won't matter. FYI, head coach Lincoln Riley did say Spencer Rattler is 100%, and it looks like he's going to play. Check his status, sports fans, just to be sure. This unit has enough playmakers to make any quarterback look good and succeed, guys. The offense has 9 receivers that have each over 100 yards receiving. Mims, Stagner, Weiss, guys, they head up the most explosive core of wideouts that Oklahoma State has had to line up against this season. Now let's go back to Okie State. They simply cannot compete offensively here, guys. They just don't have the horses to run in this matchup, folks. Running back Chuba Hubbard, check his status. He's questionable too, just like every other player on the roster. But his numbers are way off his nearly 2,000-yard rushing performance from a season ago. And this matchup specifically is where not having a great running back will prove to be fatal for the Cowboys, folks. They don't have the ground game to keep the Sooners defense honest. And even if they did, guys, Oklahoma, they rank, 14th in the land against the run. They get the key on the passing game, create turnovers. Without the luxury of a ground assault, OU will key on that passing game. Mark my words. Oklahoma State 1-4 against the spread the last 5 meetings in the series. OU crushes here right now at 7. I see them winning by 14, 17 or more. But get it now before this line goes to 7.5. You always want to be on the smarter side of a hot number. OU gets you the money, folks.
All right, Joe D'Amico here with Oklahoma with the money here, and I agree with you there, Joe. I like Oklahoma's offense. They beat them and covered last year. Chris, your thoughts on this game?
Yeah, it's definitely one of the marquee games on the board, and for good reason. You know what? Yeah, the results aren't always that close, so I can definitely see the angle here of taking Oklahoma in the points.
All right, here we're all agreement here with that play, Joe. Oklahoma and the points, laying the 7. All right, Joe, what do you got going on over at Pig Dogs Premium? A big weekend of football.
Tony, I am on fire, both college and pro football, 16-5 documented paid game run, and I scorch your bookmaker again this weekend. Guys, tomorrow alone, my 100% 10-star winner. These are games, my 10 stars, I only give out a few a year. They're 100% this season. Guys, these are as big as games of the month or even games of the year. I have my 71% touchdown play, my 3-0 gridiron game, my 100% early info move, and my SEC game of the month. Once again, guys, grab a broom this week because I'm going to sweep the damn board. I will crush your book. I've posted a 5-game discounted package. You get them all individually, pay a little bit more, get all 5 at one low rate. And now right after this show, guys, I am posting 5 big NFL winners, including a game of the month situation. I'm going to tell you right now, Tony, 16-5 documented paid game college and pro football run. I'm going to scorch your bookmaker again. Grab a broom, guys. I'm sweeping the board. It's going to be a great Thanksgiving this week.
All right, guys, get on board with Joe D'Amico. Pick up one of those long-term passes, 7-day or 30-day. Get all of his plays, college football, the NFL for 30 days, and, of course, college basketball in play as it begins on a Wednesday. Get on board with Joe D'Amico this weekend. NFL, college football, get in the winner's circle. All right, continue on on the drive-through. It's up, Chris Ruffalo. You're on deck. Let's chit-chat. Let's get the picks out to these people. That's what they want. You're looking here at Cincinnati and UCF.
Yeah, the thing about this is probably the game between two teams that you would expect to be in the AAC title game. And, for the lack of a, better description, this could be the game of the year in the ACC. And, I mean, you look at what Cincinnati has done. This is a Cincinnati team that stepped up to the plate, delivered on every single test that's been put in front of them this season. They've held teams like SMU, Memphis, your Houstons of the world, all under, 13 points a game. We're looking at 13 for SMU on the road, 10 at home against Memphis and Houston. I mean, this is a Cincinnati team that's legit, especially when you look, they've been scoring 38, 49, and 42 in those games as well. Granted, UCF perennially one of the stronger teams in the AAC, especially on the offensive side of the football. I just tell you the truth, even on the road, and, I love a good bounce house as much as anybody where UCF plays. This isn't going to be a kind home environment for the Knights. I think Cincinnati's going to come in and go gangbusters. This team is for real, and I think that a win here would definitely solidify a legitimate case towards one of those playoff spots of being a non-Power 5 going into the playoffs. I like Cincinnati to win here at least by a touchdown. I think it's going to be the same old song and dance for the better offensive teams. I think UCF's just going to be another notch on Cincinnati's belt, so I'll lay the points with Cincinnati in this one.
Yep, Cincinnati makes the stops. UCF, they're not making the stop. Their defense has been terrible. I'm with you, Chris, laying the points over Cincinnati. Joe, what say you in this one?
Absolutely. Central Florida does have an explosive offense, but that's like being the toughest guy in Delaware. I'm going to be honest with you right now. Cincinnati, they have not faced it. I'm talking about Central Florida. They have not faced a defense like that of Cincinnati's. That will be the difference. Cincinnati can score a ton of points, but they can stop Central Florida, and I think they will. Chris, I'm right there with you. Great pick. You've got another big winner for our viewers this week.
All agree, all aboard on Cincinnati laying the points here with against UCF. All right, Chris, what do you got going on over at Pig Dogs Premium?
You know what? Tonight I got my Friday Night Lights 3-pack. I'm planning on doing well again tonight. We had a winning night last night. And tonight's not your jam. If you don't like the games on the board, that's fine, because you know what? We got plenty on deck for you tomorrow. I'm going to have my lunch rush. I'm going to have my dinner rush. I'm going to have the midday snack pack. And I'm also going to have my very rare, but very profitable when it's alive, the hot dog stand. I'm going to have some Moneyline dogs in there for you. Or you can get part of everything as part of my Stack Saturday. It's going to be $55 at the website. Guys, instead of guaranteeing it for $5 cheaper, this is one of the rare cases where you can actually save money and get more bang for your buck, because then you're going to be able to get a 3-day pass, $69.95 over at the website. It's going to get you all the college for tomorrow, all the NFL for Sunday. I'm going to have my Monday Night Football logged in there. And then you know what? We might even have a little bit of early college basketball, depending on when the lines come out. So, hop on one of those 7 days. If 3 days not enough for you, we're going to get you into college basketball. We're going to get you into the winner's circle.
That's right, guys. Get on board with Chris Ruffalo. We'll get you on the winner's circle. NFL, college football. Get one of those long-term passes. Get all of his plays. That 30-day pass will get you all of his plays, NFL, college football, and college basketball, which begins on Wednesday. So get on board with Chris Ruffalo. All right, continue here on the drive-thru, guys. A lot more picks coming up. We're going to cover all the games tonight from college football. That Syracuse-Louisville game. We'll get the FAU UMass game. We'll touch base on it as a producer. Let's keep the ball rolling here as we're going to go ahead and welcome Rod Zawacki to the show here on the drive-thru. Rod, how you doing?
Doing good, Tony.
All right.
Good night.
All right, we're on a fast-paced mode here. Our audience wants picks right away. Let's get it to them. Let's go. You got FIU and Western Kentucky. We know Western Kentucky plays those low-scoring games.
Yes, they do. Western Kentucky and their low-scoring games. Their offense has been averaging only 14 points a game. Their offense is ranked 121st. Yuck. FIU's defense. They're definitely going to hold down the passing game. They rank 34th against the pass. I think Western Kentucky, their only hope of winning this game is running the ball. That's where FIU's defense is a little bit weak. But then you look at the other side of the ball, FIU's offense, they're averaging 27 points a game. But Western Kentucky's defense is ranked 29th in holding teams from passing the ball. So I think in this game here, it's a lower point total for a reason. It's definitely going to be two teams trying to run the ball. and two offenses that definitely aren't very good. One's ranked 121, one's ranked 120. So I look at this and go, how is Western Kentucky supposed to cover over a touchdown spread? I think that spread is totally off. FIU is 12-5 ATS. Their last 17 games as an underdog. Western Kentucky's 0-6 ATS. Their last 6 home games. The road team in this series is 5-1 ATS. FIU here on the road. Take FIU plus the 7.5 points. I might even sprinkle a little bit on the money line. FIU upset Western Kentucky outright too. I think they got a good shot.
All right, strong play there from Rod on FIU. He recommended money line here against Western Kentucky, but for the record, on in the show with our show pick, FIU plus the 7. Chris, what say you in this one? We know Western Kentucky has issues scoring.
Absolutely, they do, and I mean it's not a good omen that this Western Kentucky team is also 0-4 against the spread at home this season. And, you know, it's hard to really make a case for the Hilltoppers. You look at their last 4 games: 10-7 win against Southern Miss, 10-6 loss to FAU, 13-10 win against Chattanooga. They play close games, play low-scoring games. The only outlier there was that 41-10 loss to BYU. The only reason that game went under 2, the only reason that one hit anything close to 50 was because BYU was the one putting up all the points. I'm with Rod here. I don't see how Western Kentucky scores enough to get over this at a range of this cover number, so I'll take the 7 points with FIU as well.
Thoughts on this game, Joe?
Absolutely. I think Rod's on the right side. But sports fans, I do see a couple of hooks around. I do see some 7.5s. I'm not looking to jinx Rod on his money line pick. But if you're gonna get this game, get that extra half point, get the 7.5. All the reasons Rod said, Chris just mentioned. Take the dog in this, take your points. But look for that hook anyway. Always err on the side of caution.
All right, that's here on this game. You got it. All right, Rod, why don't you let everybody know what you got going on over at Pig Dogs Premium?
Today it's Rod's Steak Friday. That's one of my favorite days of the week. And I got 2 college football sides for you, 1 college football total. We're going to pulverize the book with those tonight. Steak Friday. It's been my winningest day of the week. Jump aboard, $29.95. Or grab a 3-day pass. You'll get all my Friday, all my Saturday, all my Sunday, and you'll even get Mondays because I'll make sure that it's in there early enough for you to grab it.
Yeah, there you go, guys. 3 days for the price of 4. Rod Zawacki over at Pig Dogs Premium. All his NFL college football for 3 days. Of course, he's going to throw in Monday Night Football for you. So get on board with Rod Zawacki. He'll get you in the cashier's line. All right, Rod, as always, great having your show. Have a great night. We'll be looking for that birdcage picks at the end of the show. Good performances there.
You bet. Keep an eye. That birdcage pick has been 3-1 on the week so far.
We shall be looking for that one. All right, our buddy Rod Zawacki here on the drive-through. All right, guys, really quick, Syracuse, Louisville, that game's top of the hour. We gave that pick out yesterday. My play was on the under, but we've seen some of that total come down a little bit, Chris.
Yeah, it's a tough one to call because, you've got a couple key players out for Louisville. And the problem is for me, these defenses don't like to tackle. Like I said, I think my safer play is still on the on Syracuse plus the points. I just think that I don't want to lay 18 points with Louisville, even against a Syracuse team that is fully capable of at least putting up 20 points, even with a few injuries on their lineup.
Well, you can actually get 19.5, and I'm seeing 20s pop up, so even better value there. That was Chris's play early in the week. Go ahead and take the dog in that one. All right, let's continue on the drive-through. Welcome our buddy Brian Bittler. You'll find him top of the leaderboards over Pig Dogs Premium. Brian, how you doing today?
Oh, man, I'm ready to rock and roll on a Friday night. A big card going on Saturday. So, guys, this is my favorite time of the year. College basketball just around the corner. Ready for a rapid-fire pick tonight, though.
All right, you picked the Fox 1 game, late night, 9:30 Eastern time. We've got New Mexico and the Air Force. With Air Force favored 9.5, this one's jumped up from 7.5. We've seen it climb 2 points. Total sits here at 56.
It does worry me a little bit that this spread now is up to 9.5 because when I bet it this morning, it was at 7.5. But the New Mexico Lobos are 7-1 against the spread, the last 8 against Air Force. Also, Air Force 0-1 against the spread following a double-digit home loss. So in this one, New Mexico, as the season has gone on, they've kept it close with teams like Hawaii and Nevada. And Nevada, a team I really like out there on the West Coast. So I can easily see this game being a touchdown game, and I'll take all the points I can get with the New Mexico Lobos.
All right, Brian Bittler on at New Mexico plus the 9.5. You know, Chris, we've seen some issues with New Mexico with their quarterback, kind of iffy for this one.
Yeah, and I think the only head-to-head problem that you have with New Mexico is that a lot of the times they were getting a heavier boatload of points. But I'm still going to go with Brian on this one. I like New Mexico. I like how they performed against Nevada. That was a big step-up game, even though they lost by a touchdown. You know, Nevada losing by a touchdown, even with a banged-up quarterback, and a team that we really didn't project to do much this year against a really good Nevada team. That's a step in the right direction. And Air Force. It was a beatdown against a San Diego State team that's not really known for their offense. They're more known for their defense. So I think that was a bit of an eye-opener. So I'm on New Mexico with the points as well.
All right, Joe, that's a conference in your backyard with UNLV, New Mexico, and Air Force.
Absolutely love Brian's pick here. I'll be honest with you. This is a team that's had lots of success versus the option. And the fact that they've hung around against some very, very good teams, kept it close, and even covered over the last several weeks. Take the points with this team, especially 9.5, 10. I think that's a gift. Anything around the 6 or 7, I think is a gift here. And to be honest with you, they really do have the success against the option. And once you can neutralize that option, man, you could win a game like this outright. But absolutely take the points here.
All right, agreement there with New Mexico. All right, Brian, as we're approaching the bottom of the hour, what do you have going on over at Pig Dogs Premium?
Well, tonight I am going for 6 straight winning nights at pickdogs.com. You can get my 3-pack of my Friday plays in college football, all for $50, or my Saturday. I got a huge card, 7 games. I'm not going to say I'm going to sweep the board, but God, this is going to be one of my best cards of the year in college football. All 7 plays, $70, pickdogs.com, premium pick section.
All right, guys, check him out. Brian Bittler, ranked number 2 over at Pig Dogs Premium College Basketball, nearly 600 units of profit. Why not pick up one of those long-term packages? You see them right there. Want to try them out for the weekend? Get those college football plays for Friday and Saturday. Maybe get a 3-day. They'll get the NFL as well. Check out Brian Bittler over at Pig Dogs Premium. Pick up one of those long-term passes. All right, Brian, great having you on the show. Have a great night. You're back Monday.
Yep, I'll be back, and I'll be even faster on Monday with my pick. Rapid fire.
All right, rapid fire as we're getting ourselves fine-tuned for college basketball as it starts on Wednesday. We're going to tweak it out here the next 3 shows. We'll have this format down for the start of college basketball. All right, let's continue on the drive-through. We got our buddy Jeff Jeter. No, now I know NASCAR is done, but the man knows college football. Jeff, how you doing today?
Doing well, Tony, and hope you guys are doing well also.
Yep, we sure are. A great Friday to everybody out there as we hit the weekend of great football. All right, you're looking at some Big 12, Kansas State, Iowa State. We see a big line here. Iowa State laying 11.5. Now there's some 12s up there, total 47.
Down it's 10.5 there just a little bit ago, but hey, and come on off, a couple of losses, Kansas State. Well, of course they won, 4 in a row there, but they've been a cover machine for us this year, and they're 5-2 ATS, and so. Of course, they had that big loss out there at West Virginia. But look at West Virginia. They got the 5th, best defense in FBS right now. As far as total defense. And in that game, Kansas State, they only were able to get 225 yards, and they turned the ball over 3 times. Then, a week later, last week against Oklahoma State, again, pretty good defense. They turned the ball over twice and only put up 256 yards. On a total offense. So, but yet again, against Oklahoma State, they only lost by 2. You take 1 turnover away. I mean, yeah, it shoulda, coulda, woulda, but still, they covered, So, and here we go. It's like, Will Howard. I mean, he's not much of a quarterback. He's only got, 1 game over 200 yards this season. And that was against Kansas. I mean, which really is just a basketball team, honestly. No offense to the Jayhawks fans out there, but I mean, hey, it is what it is. But looking at the other side of the ball here, I mean, we look at the Cyclones, Iowa State, and they're balanced pretty well offensively. I mean, on the year they're averaging 200 yards on the ground at about 5.7 yards a rush, and but they're also, passing for about 250 yards a game too. So they're coming in well balanced. But keep in mind the Cyclones got to play Texas next week on the road in Austin. Could this be a trap spot for them? Maybe. I mean, that's just something that kind of lays in the back of my head. But now seeing this spread go up even further, I mean, I think Kansas State's just in this spot where they're trying to get back on board here. I mean, we could see what they can do. I mean, yeah, offensively they're a little anemic, but I mean they've been still able to cover games for us, and I could go up there and see them knocking on the door in this game. So, but other than that, take Kansas State with the points and watch that line and see if it doesn't go up a little bit further.
Yeah, I'm with you there, Jeff. Kansas State, the team that's competitive, they fight. Chris, what's your thoughts on it?
I love Kansas State in this game. I mean, you look at what they've done lately. Yes, Jeff made a good point that the offense has been a little bit anemic, and they haven't been very good since Skylar Thompson went down. You've had to put Will Howard in there as a freshman. But this is the same Kansas State team. They've covered as a double-digit underdog, 3-0 against the spread as a double-digit dog this season. And that includes that outright win over TCU on the road. You look at Iowa State this year. They failed. They won the game against Baylor, but they failed to cover as a 14-point favorite, only beating a Baylor team by a touchdown. A Baylor team that's not, up to snuff this year. They're still not very good, and actually they're right near the bottom of the Big 12. Kansas State, they lost back-to-back games, but they gave Oklahoma State all they could handle in their last game. They only lost that game by 2, and I think this is a Kansas State team that's pesky. They're not going to go away. This is a touchdown game, if not less. So I like Kansas State with the points here.
Hey, Joe, 12 points too much to give K-State?
Absolutely. Let me tell you right now, Kansas State is a covering machine. This is a very ornery team. They're a very game team. If I'm not mistaken, they've covered 5 of the last 6 in this series. And I will tell you this, I think this K-State team is better than the last few K-State teams the last few years. I don't think Iowa State is good this year or as complete as they were the last few years. So I think this is way too many points. The odds makers are giving way too much value to the favorite. I think K-State has what it takes to upend them outright. So absolutely take the 10.5, 11, 11.5, 12. Jeff, you're on the right side, kiddo. And by the way, I love your cousin, Derek.
All right. All in agreement here with Jeff Jeter here on the underdog, the Kansas State Wildcats. All right, Jeff, approaching bottom of the hour. What do you got going on over at Pig Dogs Premium?
Yeah, still got my Friday Night Lights 3-pack up for tonight's game. Got your 3-pack over there for $29.99 on the Pig Dogs website. And also just keep in mind, too, I just lowered my price on the NCAA football pass for the year, as well as my NFL pass. So be sure to go over there and check that out on the premium area. And also, like we always say, check out those 7-day sports passes as well as the 30-day. And I've also got a 3-day up too if you want to take it for a spin, especially with college basketball starting next week. There's going to be a lot of value in those packages. So be sure to check it out. And the only thing I can say is Iowa State, there's only been 2 times this year they've beaten a team by more than 10 points. So keep that in mind, too, with my pick for coming up.
There you go. Jeff Jeter right there, sharp on his college football picks and analysis. All right, check him out over at Pig Dogs Premium. Pick up one of those long-term passes, get all of his plays from NFL, college football, and, of course, college basketball beginning on Wednesday with a slew of action out there. All right, Jeff, is always great to have on your show, whether it's NASCAR, whether it's college football, college basketball. We love you on the show. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you next week.
Thanks for having me, guys. Good luck, everybody.
Our buddy Jeff Jeter, really nice guy. You see him also in the chat room during the week, so say hello to him when you can. All right, Chris, I know this Purdue-Minnesota game, 7:30 Eastern start. You had to play on that one early in the week.
Yeah, I was leaning towards the under. I just think this is, your typical Big Ten game. This total, Tony, do you have the total right now? It was around 60, I think, this morning.
It's 60 right now.
That's way too high. I mean, let's be realistic. I mean, these are 2 teams that are going to run the ball down each other's throats. There's going to be a ton of clock chewed up in this game. I think we barely get over 50. Forget about 60. I think this is a 27-24, 28-24, 27-23 game, something around 50. But 60 seems way too high, even for the way that Minnesota struggled this season, and for the way that we haven't seen the typical Iowa defense either. So yeah, this is way too high.
All right, Joe, you looking in agreement there with the total?
Absolutely. If you recall, gentlemen, I gave out the under on this game on the Wednesday show. I still like it. I love it. I think high 40s, maybe low 50s. Chris made a point. A lot of running. Neither one of these 2 teams are going to be lighting up the scoreboard offensively. I think you need to see a very conservative game. Lots of run. I think if you see any play more than 12 yards, rewind your TV, because it's not going to be one of those big explosive games, those big breakaway games. You're going to see a low-scoring game, 40s, 50s maybe, but high 40s, low 50s. I agree. This is a game I gave out on Wednesday show. Love it, guys.
All agreement there with the under here, Purdue, Minnesota. All right, continue on the drive-through now. Time for our soccer segment with our buddy Goran. Goran, how are things going today?
Hey, pretty good.
Yep.
The weekend's coming up, a lot of games.
Lots of games, and of course you see Goran at top of the leaderboards there with his European soccer selection, so you really want to get on board with Goran. And Goran, first let's take a look at the game you have for the show, Atletico Madrid and Barcelona La Liga.
Yeah, that's the Saturday game, 3 p.m. Atletico Madrid is overall, I think, the best team this season in La Liga. They have the best defense as usual, and their offense has been exploding this season. They already scored 17 goals. Just to compare it to last season when they scored 51 goals throughout the whole season. They have 17 goals in 7 games this season so far. Barcelona is good offensive team as usual with Messi and Griezmann at the top, but their defense is so bad this season. It's crazy, and I can't take anything else but goals here. And I will take both teams to score and over 2.5 goals for plus 105.
All right, the chat room agrees with you there as we're taking a look here at the comments coming in here. So go ahead and take Atletico Madrid, Barcelona over 2.5 goals with both teams to score. That's plus 110. All right, Chris, what say you in this matchup?
Well, far be it from me to disagree with someone who hit a plus 600 today play on Monaco and over 2.5. So I'll have to give Goran credit for that. That was a fantastic call. But the thing with Barcelona is I think they are going to get up for this game. They can ill afford to stumble again. I mean, this is a Barcelona team that's in unfamiliar territory. This is a team that usually starts hot out of the gate, and right now they're sitting, I believe, in 8th or 9th, somewhere well far below what expectations are for this team. And I think we do see an inspired defensive effort here. I do think we see both teams scoring, but I had it as a 1-1 game. I thought that I think Atletico it does keep up the defense, and I think we see Barcelona sort of figure some things out defensively. A 2-2 draw wouldn't surprise me either, so that could be where Goran's play comes in. Again, my initial lean was 1-1, but I do like the both teams to score option here.
All right, well, we got an agreement there from Chris Riffle. All right, Goran, pitch the bottom of the hour. What's going on over at Big Dogs Premium?
Well, there's a season pack up already and a few daily packages coming up shortly. There will be a 3-day weekend pass as well. And as usual, a lot of free content on the Sports Chat place.
All right, guys, check out Goran over at Big Dogs Premium. He's doing fantastic work on European soccer as well as some of the World Cup qualifiers. So check him out. You can find him at Sports Chat Place as well with a lot of his written content. All right, Goran, great having you show. Have yourself a great night, a great weekend.
Have a great weekend, guys.
Continue that winning success, man. You're doing very well. We'll talk to you next week. All right, our buddy here, Goran, and now it's time for my pick as we'll go look here at some ACC action. We got Virginia Tech and Pittsburgh going off. I'm going to take Pitt Panthers plus the 3. Pittsburgh's a different team with senior quarterback Kenny Pickett healthy and in the lineup. They've won all 3 games with Pickett under center, but the 2 losses came by 1 point in each game. So they've been close even when they lose. Panthers are the better defensive team, holding teams at under 300 yards a game, 2.2 per rush. This is just a poor Virginia Tech defense, allowing 450 yards, 193 rushing, nearly 5 yards a carry. Their defensive numbers are even worse on the road, give up a lot of passing yards, a lot of passes downfield. Hokies have failed to cover 3 of 4. I like the senior quarterback here healthy. I'm going to take Pitt plus the 3. What say you, Chris?
Tony, I'm actually going to do you one better. I'm going to take Pitt on the money line. I think that what is this one thing that Virginia Tech likes to do? They love to run the football. They've got Khalil Herbert, the transfer from Kansas. They're going to try to hand the ball to this guy 30 times in the game. Problem is they're going up against the second-ranked rushing defense in the country in Pitt. And like you said, I think Kenny Pickett's going to be a breath of fresh air back in this lineup, back to being 100%. I think the Pitt's going to be able to move the ball a little bit more efficiently. This isn't a great Virginia Tech defense. I think Pittsburgh's going to be able to do enough to not only cover the 3, but get the outright victory in this one.
All right, Joe, what say you in this matchup in the ACC?
Well, Tony, as you and I talked about a couple times each week, I have a couple of money line plays each week that I like to put together. I'm another big parlay player. I put some money line underdogs together. I've hit 4 money line parlays this year for over $40,000 each. Pitt is on my money line parlay this week, and I want to tell you why. The combination of Kenny Pickett coming back and the Pitt defense will get Pitt an outright win here. Giving this team 3 points is a gift from the gambling gods. Take it And don't look back, sports fans. Pittsburgh plus the points is a win. Pittsburgh on the money line is where I'm going, guys.
All right, Pitt. There we go. All agreement here with the Pittsburgh Panthers. All right, we saved the best game for last. Can you believe that? It's UMass and Florida and FAU. That one goes off at 8 Eastern time. Chris, you have the honors here. FAU laying 33 and total sits here at 50.
Whatever I did to you to give me the quote-unquote honors for this game, I'm sorry, and I will never do it again. Man, see, I'm going to go with the under here only because I don't think FAU is capable of scoring 30-something points. Yeah, they did it against FIU, but again, I think that was just an aberration. This isn't a team that likes to score a lot of points. Willie Taggart's turned this into a defensive-first team, and I think UCF. I'm thinking about another game here. UMass is going to get absolutely starched here. They're going to get shut out. I think maybe they'll score 3 points max. I can see this being a 28-3 win for FAU, so I'll take the under here.
All right, I kind of lean with the 33. That seemed a lot to me. But what say you, Joe? Did you even look at this one, or did you just said?
This game is as ugly as if Ellen DeGeneres and Larry Bird had a baby, and that baby's ugly. I've got to tell you now, that'll be another baby. I've got to tell you now. I looked a little bit at this only because there was some appeal on it it was a weeknight game. I don't think Florida Atlantic is going to score 50 points, and I don't think Massachusetts is going to score more than 3 or 7. I agree with Chris. If I had to bet this game, I could not lay the 30-plus points with Florida. I just can't lay it, but I can't take it with UMass either. I just don't see them combining to score 50-plus points. I would have to. If I had to bet this game, if you twisted my arm and here in Vegas you got to pay extra for that, I would go under.
All right, a couple of agreements there on the under. All right, this is the drive-through, guys. We're here Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern time. A lot of primetime picks. Right now we're in fast. We move it fast now. You guys want picks right away. We're going to do that. And college basketball is not too far away. When we finished early, Mitch can even book another 6 guests, and we'll get done in the top of the hour, right? We left a lot of time, so Mitch, get on the horn. Let's get 6 more cappers, and we can handle them. All right. So I think we're looking pretty good here. All right. Let's go ahead and recap the show picks for today. All right. We got started here with Joe D'Amico. Oklahoma laying 7 against Oklahoma State. Chris, Cincinnati minus 5.5 against UCF. Rod Zawacki, FIU plus the 7 against Western Kentucky. Brian Bittler was on New Mexico plus 9.5 against Air Force. Jeff Jeter take Kansas plus 10.5. You can actually now find it at plus 12 in an hour. It moved up a 1.5. Goran, La Liga, Atletico Madrid, Barcelona over 2.5 with both teams to score. That's plus 110. Yours truly on Pitt plus the 3 against Virginia Tech. Chris, I'll ask you, other than your pick, which one do you like the best?
Well, first off, I was kind of hoping that Joe would say that UMass money line was on his parlay as well. I'll side with Jeff Jeter. I really like Kansas State plus the 10.5, or now 12 against Iowa State.
What say you, Joe?
Well, gentlemen, I'm going to tell you right now, if I ever had to make a 17 parlay, it would be these 7 teams here. But if I had to just pick one, I'm going to go with my co-defendant on that RICO case, and that's Chris Ruffalo, because he's the only other Italian on the show today. And I'm going to tell you right now, Cincinnati wins that game. That is one of the best games on the board this week by far. Cincy minus the 5.5 to crush Central Florida.
Yeah, if I'm with you there, I would look at Jeter plus the 12. I like the extra 1.5 there with that K-State plus 12 against Iowa State. All right, guys, as always, thank you for joining us. It's Friday night, a little bit of time. All right, Joe, what's for dinner? Yeah. It's Friday night. The Vegas Strip is hot. What do you got going on?
Well, Tony, tonight I have to stay in, actually. My wife actually cooked tonight. She made a wonderful – we got some great ribeyes. We've got she made some noodles on the side, some the real American meat and potatoes type of night. But I am staying in tonight. I have to write the entire Sunday column for the Las Vegas Review-Journal. I get a lot of asks to do that. So I got to do an entire analysis on every game I like on Sunday. Got some other things. Just got to ask. Very excited. Want to make an announcement. Just got asked. I'm receiving an award, a journalism award here in Las Vegas next Friday. I'm finally getting known as a journalist, and I'm very happy about that. Tonight we're staying in. It's a big weekend, a big football weekend. I got a lot of big bets tomorrow. I'm excited about tomorrow's slate. I actually want to watch my games tomorrow and watch my money roll in there, Tony.
Absolutely. All right, Chris, what's for dinner?
Oh man, I think it's sushi night tonight. I think we're ordering in. We just actually went back into lockdown earlier today as we we regressed back to a stage. I think it's stage 2 or something like that. So not enough people wearing their masks around here, but I think we're just going to try to support the small businesses in the community, order from a place up the street. And, I think it's going to be tough on everybody for the next little bit, so we all got to kind of support each other. And I think that's what we're going to do tonight. But God help us I hope to God they have enough fish to satisfy this temple. This didn't get built on fruits and veggies. This is all rice and pasta,
carbs and protein, right? Meats and potatoes.
Yeah, see. I got a 6-pack. They're just a 6-pack of dinner rolls. That's the problem.
Oh, that's right.
That's the only problem. That's the only thing I got to fix. It's focaccia in these parts.
Oh, that's what it is. All right, for me, Uber Eats probably be a steak. I like that steak Friday. I like the sound of that from Ron Zawacki. All right. Let's bring in the cappers from today's show. Thanks for another great week, guys. You can see there Rod Zawacki's play right below me. Lobos money line first quarter plus the 180. So let's say a wave goodbye to everyone. Have a great night. And don't forget, Mitch is on tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern time. We'll see Chris, Rod Zawacki, our man Ron Romanelli will be on the show as well as Bittler. We'll talk to you guys next week.
As well as Mr. Fingers at the bottom of the screen.